Eddie said, "Well, anything's better than that garage, I guess." Jack joined him at the window in the rear of the apartment that revealed other windows looking out onto a brick-walled air shaft. "Nice view." "Hey," Weezy said from behind them, "it's the best I could do on such short notice. Craigslist wasn't exactly crammed with furnished immediate occupancy sublets, and I think it's not bad." Jack agreed. Not bad at all. A third-floor walk-up in the West Village. Small, yes, but comfortable looking. The owner was connected to NYU in some way and off to Europe for a year. "No one's complaining," Eddie said, turning to face her. "It's just—" He looked worn and haggard. Well, who wouldn't after spending 2 days living in a van parked in a drafty garage? But it went deeper than that. He looked lost. Jack said, "You miss your stuff." He nodded, swallowing hard. "I miss my life." He looked at Jack. "Think I'll ever get it back?" As far as Jack could see, the odds were stacked high against that. Maybe if Villiers delayed Rassalam long enough for an anti-jihad program to be developed and released, Drexler would be demoted or sacked or might even be eliminated. Velez was proof that the Order wasn't shy about deep-sixing members who didn't live up to expectations. If that happened, the pressure on Eddie would lessen. If, on the other hand, Villiers failed and the lady vanished, well, his old life would be the least of Eddie's worries. But Jack looked around and understood how he felt. He couldn't rob him of all hope. Yeah, it's possible, but until it is, you've got to stay away from there. Count on them watching the place 24/7. "Yes, Eddie," Weezy said, stepping closer to him. "If—" He leaned back. "Don't get too close. I need a shower or something awful." "You've got a stall shower here, and I brought you a change of clothes." Jack said, "Listen, Eddie, if the virus works, or even only partially works, there's going to be one pissed-off world out there, and the Order doesn't want anyone, especially one of its own members, pointing a finger at it. They'll do anything to silence you." Eddie nodded. Okay, I'm not stupid." Then he raised his hands. "All right, maybe I am for mentioning the virus to the wrong person, but I've learned my lesson about underestimating the Order." "You've got to put distance between you and your money, too," Weezy added. "But the rent—" "I've got that covered. I've got cash, which will set off all sorts of alarms if you try to use it to pay rent. We can straighten all that out later. Meanwhile, I'll show you how to use ATMs without being tracked." "Where'd you learn that?" He raised a hand as he glanced at Jack. "Never mind." Jack's phone rang then. He checked the ID in the window. "Hey, Gia, how'd you do?" "I got us on the 345 out of Des Moines." "Great." At least he hoped it was great, and hoped Villiers was right about Rassalam waiting until the botnet was maxed. "That's the good news." "Uh-oh. What's the bad?" "A long layover in Chicago. We won't get in till 11. Jack did the math. Subtracting an hour for the time zone change, that meant more than 6 hours in transit. Lots of time for things to go wrong. "Not sure I like that. Nothing earlier?" "Not a thing. Believe me, I tried." "Something wrong?" "Maybe you should stay." "No, Jack. I already switched the flights and we're coming back. It's in my head now, both of our heads. We want to be home." "And I want you home, but—" "We're coming. Flight 346 American. You'll pick us up?" He could see he wasn't going to talk her out of it. "Of course." They chatted a bit longer, then ended the call. He snapped the phone closed with a gnawing foreboding. Villiers, he thought, you damn well better delay that virus, at least until tomorrow. After that, his ladies would be home where he could watch over them.